Hi and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to install some K-Silver TMR sticks in a PlayStation 5 controller. So I picked up a couple of different versions. I'll leave the links in the description. I also picked up a cheap PlayStation 5 locally. It only costs around £20. It says the only issue with it is stick drift, so we'll plug it into the gamepad tester. And then as you can see on the left hand side, we've got very slight stick drift. It's not really as bad as I was expecting, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be upgrading it now with these amazing sticks. So there's two different variants that I got. So we've got the JT13. So this is a bit of the spec on the back of what it can do. As I said, I've heard really good things about K-Silver sticks, so I thought it was worth giving these a go. And I've also got the JS13 Pro. So specifications for these, I'll leave the link of the website in the description so you can have a little bit of a further read up. So I'm going to go for these ones purely because they also come with new thumb caps as well, which I quite like, nice and shiny. And then these are the K-Silver sticks. So we'll open up the controller, so we just need to get a lipper, and then you just hook it under the both corners, and then you just lift up and pull away this black fascia. And then onto the shoulder buttons, just get a lipper underneath, and then that lifts up. We'll get our iFixit kit out, and then we'll remove the 4 Phillips head screws, 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom. Get your lipper underneath the catches here, and then gently prise it away. You just need to be very careful. There's nothing attached to the back, but if you pull it too hard, you could risk pulling off the buttons. We'll wiggle the battery off. We'll take that screw out. We'll detach the ribbon cable, take the battery cover out. 2 ribbon cables on the side which need to be pulled out. The blue one along the top, and then another one that goes to the bottom of the board. And then the motherboard wiggles out loose. So I always take this part off, I think it's a speaker, and put it back into place. And then I always recommend to take a photo of these wires to make sure you put them back in the right place. And then we'll just very carefully desolder them. Lift the board out, and this is what we're going to be changing. So this is the game changer. This device is absolutely amazing for removing joysticks within seconds, as is this PCB holder. Will come with a little bit of fresh flux and then fresh solder on all the joints, so that it's going to freshen them all up and hopefully make it easier for when we try and remove the sticks. So we'll just apply a little bit of fresh solder all around. Then we'll change our soldering iron tip over, we'll pop the new one in, and then we'll put the temperature up. So I normally aim for around about 360 to 380. It's very rare you need more than that. I'll pop it into this PCB holder. I'll leave a link in the description for all the items that I use. Everything that I'm using at the moment I highly recommend. You just need to close this up, tighten it, and then you can adjust it to any angle you want. Pop the desoldering tool on. It goes on for a couple of seconds. And then I tend to use some pliers, and as you can see, this one came off the quickest I've ever had one, which is absolutely amazing. And then whilst it's still in place, come back in with your new K-Silver stick and push it into place. Same on the other side, hold it on, just keep holding it. Hold it with some pliers so it doesn't get too hot, and then give it a little wiggle. This one took a little bit longer, but then take it out. Try and keep it in place as best you can. Come in with your new stick, slide it right into place, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then we're done. Really quick. Good thing with this PCB holder, you can turn it around and have a look on the other side. So what I do now is I come with some fresh flux and some fresh solder. Several people think that this isn't the best way to do it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the solder that's already on there. I'm just adding some fresh solder, mix it in with the old one. If it was good enough to start with, it's good enough to finish. I'll give it a good clean with some isopropyl, remove all the excess sticky flux, and then we can take the board out. And as you can see, they're all sitting in nice and perfect, and then that's the hardest bit done. We've got the new foam caps that need to go on. So these just line up and then just clip right in. Just need to make sure you get them in the right angle and then get it in nice and square and then push them in. Put the motherboard back into place. Try not to trap any of the ribbon cables or the wires. Resolder the wires back into the correct places. Make sure you check your photo that you took before. Reconnect your ribbon cables, top one, side ones, and then the bottom one there, just pop that in. While it's taken apart, you might as well give it a good clean. So just go over the edges with some isopropyl, get rid of all the old gunk that was in there. Come with our battery holder, line that up. One screw goes back in, reconnect the battery, tuck the wires underneath. Make sure you connect the ribbon cable that's connected to the battery holder. I didn't actually show it here, but I did actually do it. So get the back cover, hook it on along the top, and then you just need to clip it around the sides, and then the two clips at the bottom. Once they're all in and it all lines up, you just pop your two screws back in the top, your two screws back in the bottom, the front fascia, put the two spikes in just underneath the lighted bit, and then push it down, clip it all around. Make sure your sticks move okay, which they do, and then get your thumbsticks lined up and they just simply click into place. And that's it, we're all done. Our PlayStation 5 controller with K-Silver TMR sticks. So we'll pop it into the gamepad tester, and as you can see the left one's slightly off centre, but that's not a major issue because we've got an easy fix for that. So the link for these websites are all in the description. We just go on this calibration tool and then you just follow the instructions, a couple of different settings that we need to do. Just follow what it says on screen, putting these sticks to the left and right, rotating them, etc. Make sure you save the changes. We'll go back to the gamepad tester. We'll test the circularity with the colours on so it's nice and bright. And as you can see, we're now central. We've got very low average errors and we've got an absolutely perfect working PlayStation 5 controller. I'll leave the link in the description for everything that I use and these amazing K-Silver sticks that I've been using. As I said, I highly recommend them. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.